Und da sind wir auch schon wieder. Hier in diesem, ja, mehr als nur geheimnisvollen Spiel. Alles begann mit einem Buch und unserer Gefangennahme. Dann sind wir jetzt immer mehr in Mordfälle verwickelt. Wir suchen unsere Mutter. Was zur Hölle geht hier nur vor? Wir quatschen mal mit ihm.
Has finished with this room?
Wir fragen nochmal
Do
nach.
you know who could have made such a mess of this room?
Miss Adams, sir. We were given orders to leave the room as it was, so as not to rush her.
Did she have a fight with someone to get the room into this state?
Not that I know of, sir. Miss Adams would sometimes throw a tantrum, during which she would destroy anything that came to hand. Lord Mortimer told us not to enter the room.
Thanks for that information.
You are welcome, sir. Has finished with this room?
Was natürlich auch sein könnte, dass sie sich selbst
I know
umgebracht
enough
hat
now. Thank you.
und dann war
Very well,
jemand
sir.
in dem
Sir
Raum
may
drin.
return whenever need be. I shall guard the door.
Die hat sich selber umgebracht und dann ist jemand hier durchgestapft durch das Blut, kurz nachdem es passiert ist. Und hat dann was gesucht. Aber das kann ich mir nicht vorstellen. Obwohl das ganze Spiel etwas seltsam ist. So arbeiten wir uns jetzt mal durch die einzelnen Räume durch. Ich möchte gern bei der Herzogin anfangen. Ich weiß zwar nicht warum, aber irgendwie zieht es mich dahin. Oh, ich glaube, wir sind schneller, wenn wir hier rumlaufen. Okay, wir wären doch nicht schneller gewesen. Ach verdammt, ich will aber der Reihenfolge nachgehen. Ich will bei der Frau Herzogin anfangen. Das ist die erste, wo man die Treppe hochkam. Dann arbeiten wir uns vor. So, da sind wir auch schon bei der Herzogin.
King George III in coronation robes. Nice touch for the room of an English duchess.
Wirklich nicht schlecht aus.
Tending children at the orphanage in Harlem. I find it a little hard to understand this painting choice.
Dear E, I received your last letter. Unfortunately, the Crown informed the Golden Order that our mission should under no circumstances hamper Sir Gregory's plans. Decidedly, they have support from the highest level in Buckingham Palace. So here we both are, hands and feet tied, and little room to maneuver. Keep me abreast of events. Our mission is becoming more complicated. Yours, E. T.S. The French chapter of the Order doesn't appear to know anything about the arrival of our friend Sarah. I therefore cannot comment on it. However, my guess is that she has come here for personal reasons.
Gut zu wissen.
The Lady's Waldegrave by Reynolds. Painted upon the request of the Waldegrave family, in an effort to find them a husband. Displayed like meat. It's disgusting.
Grammar of Port-Royal. Ah, the artistry of the French language in all its splendor. Whoever masters French commands the world. At least une partie of it.
Ah, da ist die Herzogin. Mit ihr reden wir aber gleich. Vorher schaue ich mich doch noch weiter um.
A letter from William Pitt the Younger, addressed to Emily. He's the present Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. Emily has indeed some powerful backers. Madam, Thank you for consoling the Queen. The King's situation is worsening, but I wager he'll recover from this present fit. Next time you speak with Her Majesty the Queen, would you please be so kind as to ask her to look into my petition to raise taxes with the King? I will personally see to it that our nation will recover from this impasse. But King George's mental situation is slowing down our decision-taking. Thank you in advance for all your help. William Pitt, Prime Minister of the United Kingdom of Great Britain.
Ernsthaft? Zu was Wichtigem wendet man sich an die Herzog. Scheint wirklich viel Einfluss zu haben. Ach, siehe an.
2 coils circle the lock.
Tut mir leid, leider habe ich dafür noch keinen Schlüssel.
Queen Charlotte. All the royal family of England is there from what I can tell. A letter from William Pitt the Elder addressed to Emily. He was the English Prime Minister. This letter dates from 15 years ago now. Madam, I shall never thank you enough for all your care and attention. I shall be indebted to you until my last breath. If you have any request of me, you only need ask. With regards to my son William, I shall never thank you enough for looking after him. You know the latter's preferences, and you will understand he needs you desperately. For that, and as agreed with Queen Charlotte, our friend Duke Hillsborough will carry out his task and meet with you within 6 months. From then on, you'll be free from want. Yours sincerely, William Pitt, Count of Chatham.
Alle Achtung, es wird immer interessanter. Diese Dame hat sehr viel Einfluss. Das muss man ja mal lassen. Nun gut, ich glaube, wir haben alles untersucht, oder? Haben wir hier drüben was vergessen? Nee, die Bilder haben wir alle abgesucht. Tut mir leid, die Bilder faszinieren mich halt im Spiel. Das muss so sein.
What can I do for you, Louis?
I've come to see you about last night's tragedy. Did you hear anything about what happened to Elizabeth?
Yes, we all did. Rumors spread quickly, you know. How awful. I didn't know her well, but I hope at least the poor thing didn't suffer too much.
Elizabeth was stabbed 9 times. No doubt she suffered greatly.
9 times? What monster is capable of such a horrible thing? Do you know what happened exactly?
In fact, Lord Mortimer has asked me to look into this case, Emily.
Really? Are you Lord Mortimer's snoop now?
I'm doing it for Elizabeth, not to please Mortimer.
Good for you. Quite right, too. Have you found out anything?
Since your arrival, did you notice anything strange about Elizabeth?
Everything that happened around that poor child was strange. You saw that for yourself.
I know. You're right. I'm looking for leads to try to reduce the number of suspects.
Well, I would say that in addition to ourselves, you could also cross off President Washington. I went to see him during the night. I had some business with him, and I can confirm that he didn't leave his room all night.
That gives Washington an alibi.
Was hat sie denn noch bei Washington gemacht? Erst bei mir, dann bei ihm? Alle Achtung.
Did you and Elizabeth get to know each other?
I must admit, Louis, I didn't take much interest in her. I feel a bit guilty about it, but I never actually spoke to her. She seemed burdened by her problems, and as she wasn't invited to the conference, I didn't really seek her out.
Nun gut.
We found the murder weapon.
What is it?
A dagger, quite slim.
Have you found its owner?
Not yet. Still searching as it happens. That said, since the blade penetrated the body several times, the murderer's hand will have been covered in blood.
You think that's a clue?
The handprint was a very slender hand, Emily. Probably that of a woman.
Do you realize what that means? There are only 3 of us on the island. Bearing in mind that neither my sister nor myself had any reason to set upon the young lady, that means...
I know, Emily. I know.
Keep up your courage, Louis. I'm sure there's an explanation. You're bound to shed some light on it all.
If what you say is true, Emily, I'm less and less enthusiastic about shedding any light on the subject.
Nun gut, gehen wir mal zurück.
I
Gehen.
won't keep you, Emily. Thank you for answering my questions.
See you, Louis.
Ich finde das trotzdem krass, nachdem sie bei mir war, in meinem Bett, und wir sie mit ihr gekuschelt haben, ist sie noch zu Washington gegangen. Wahrscheinlich noch verschmiert, wie sie war. Wohl eine Dame, die reinigt sich ja dann sicherlich. Aber trotzdem, Gott sei Dank war sie erst bei uns nicht bei Washington und dann bei Washington, nicht umgekehrt. Nun gut, gehen wir in die nächsten Räume. Wir gehen jetzt der Reihe nach durch. Was haben wir hier?
Duke Manuel Godoy.
Da kommen wir also nicht rein. Ich dachte, wir können in jeden Raum hinein. Das ist ja seltsam. Das ist unser Raum. So. Beim Kardinal kommen wir auch nicht hinein. Die Tür war schon immer zu. Oh, jetzt wird die Musik wieder laut. Hilfe! Oh, ist das krass. Warum wird die Musik immer mal wieder... Ihr habt selber gesehen, ich habe das Spiel schon leiser gemacht. Jetzt muss ich auch noch gegen die Musik anschreien. Hilfe! George Washington. Mein Freund, dich streiche ich noch nicht von meiner Liste.
A map of Massachusetts.
Es wird immer seltsamer hier.
A map of Vermont.
Ich glaube, so langsam die Zimmer sind auf die jeweiligen Persönlichkeiten und Personen abgestimmt. Aber warum ist dann das unserer Mutter so schrecklich eingerichtet? Warum diese teuflischen Bilder?
My dear George, I'd like to invite you to join me as planned at my place. I have a project to show you. It is time that the United States played a more important role on the world stage. I understand your reluctance of playing with fire. I know your new country is very young, but rest assured that I would do nothing to jeopardize what we have built together. I look forward to seeing you soon. Your friend, William.
A map of Connecticut.
It looks like a note between Emily and Washington about trade deals.
The English and the Americans are preparing a peace treaty. It would appear that Emily is in secret discussion with Washington about reopening trade between the United States and England. If such an arrangement came into being, France would suffer dearly.
Ja, ne, das ist ja... alle Achtung. Schon. Oh, das war... Das hatten wir schon. Was haben wir denn noch? Ein Spiegel, der nicht geht. Wie immer. Okay, da ist auch nichts Bemerkenswertes dabei. Hier. Haben wir nicht. Schade. Oh.
Portrait of George Washington. Portrait of George Washington.
Ein Porträt von sie selbst im Schlafzimmer. Wer träumt denn nicht davon? Okay, da kommen wir nicht raus. Wir haben wieder ein bisschen Honig bekommen. Nicht schlecht. Okay, hier war da nichts weiter. Dann reden wir mal mit George.
Greetings, Louis.
Mr. President, you can guess why I'm here.
Of course.
Lord Mortimer has sent me to ask you a few questions about last night.
It's... How am I going to tell Elizabeth's father that she's dead?
I know, Mr. President. I shall endeavor to find out the truth about this tragedy. I must ask you to help me, though. Please.
Find the degenerate pig who did this, Louis.
I'm talking to all the guests to find out who has an alibi and, well, who doesn't, Mr. President. Can you tell me what you were doing last night so that I can strike your name off the list?
I spent the night right here, reading.
All night?
Exactly. Emily stopped by in the middle of the night, you can ask her. She wanted to talk about some business we have in common.
Anything whatsoever to do with Elizabeth?
Not at all, Louis. A business matter.
Were you aware that Elizabeth took laudanum?
Yes, she came to ask me for some. She had finished her reserve, I believe.
Do you take it regularly, Mr. President?
Unfortunately, I do, Louis. I still suffer from a terrible toothache, and it's not likely to get any better.
It's just for that, then.
Old age, my young friend. I don't wish it upon you, but you'll soon see. At my age, it's rare to have no problems in that domain.
And do you take a lot?
A moderate amount, Louis. Only the dosage indicated on the prescription of my doctor.
Tell me, Mr. President, had you spoken to Elizabeth since your arrival? You know her father. You thought she was dead.
No, I didn't. And I believe I'll be taking my remorse with me to my grave. I wanted to, but I didn't know where to begin.
You can't blame yourself. You couldn't have known that her days were numbered. Do you know why she came to the island?
To get help, if I'm not mistaken. Isn't that right?
Indeed. Sir Gregory suggested to her father that he introduce her to Lord Mortimer to see if he could help her.
Yes, Lord Mortimer has a talent for healing, apparently. I'm not surprised Sir Gregory advised her to come.
Agreed. Do you know if she had any enemies, Mr. President?
Not that I know of. I heard about her altercation with Mr. Peru, but that case was closed, if I'm not mistaken. But if in doubt, I wouldn't leave any door unopened. And I'd go and question your fellow countrymen.
Don't worry. Countryman or not, I'm not letting anybody slip through the cracks. Mr. President, we found a footprint at the scene of the crime.
Not a dress shoe, I hope. That's all I wear.
No, rest assured. It looks like the print of a big ankle boot. A large size, I'd say.
Perfect. That should help you, Louis. It's a clue.
Also ganz ehrlich, so das Ganze ist mir ein bisschen zu verworren. Also, ey, alles deutet wirklich auf den Peru hinaus. Ist das nicht doch zu einfach? Ach Mist, bin in die falsche Richtung gelaufen. Oh, hier sieht aber auch alles gleich aus. So, das ist Washingtons Zimmer. Okay, das war ihr Zimmer gewesen. Gut. Da komme ich später nochmal drauf zurück. Johann von Welt. untersuchen wir doch mal dieses Zimmer genauer.
The signs of obscurantism.
Ah. Haben wir da noch ein bisschen Honig für uns? Sehr gut. Ich bin echt jetzt am Überlegen, was könnte hier passiert sein?
The sorrows of young Werther. There's a handwritten text signed by von Werner on this first page. Dear Elizabeth, I know that this book is but a small token compared to the delightful moments you gave me, but I hope that this will nonetheless keep the memory alive. Your ever obedient servant. So, Werner had a relationship with Elizabeth. But that's hardly surprising given his fondness for the occult. A table of alchemical symbols. Someone circled the zinc symbol.
Ich bin gerade echt... Ob es Wellner war?
A chest locked with a 4-letter code. Surely a word close to the owner's heart. The alchemist is a young man.
So, momentan habe ich überhaupt keine Idee mehr, was hier passiert sein könnte. Muss auf jeden Fall gleich mal von Wellner reden. Vorher gucke ich mir natürlich wieder den Rest an.
A fragment of amber. The alchemist is an old man.
Okay, er scheint ein Faible für Alchemie zu haben. Oh. Super tolle Stiefel.
What can I do for you, Triff?
Monsieur, Lord Mortimer has appointed me to investigate the tragedy that befell us last night.
Oh, yes. It's horrible. Yes. How can I help, monsieur?
Wir fangen damit an, oder? Nehmen wir das?
Did you see how many tattoos Miss Adams had on her?
Of course. Who wouldn't have noticed?
Yes, but I'm sure that an expert like yourself must have an opinion on the subject.
I do. She was seeking to imprison something inside her. Her own body had become a sort of prison.
She wanted to protect herself, is that what you're saying?
Elizabeth was a flame, a candle in the night. And like all candles in the night, she was surrounded by darkness, by her demons, call it what you will. One thing is for sure. She struggled against hell and high water not to let her flame go out.
Okay, dann fragen wir ihn mal, wo er gestern Abend war.
Where were you last night?
In my room. I read a few ancient manuscripts before going to bed, but I didn't stay up long. I was tired.
Thank you kindly.
Ja, aber wir wissen, dass sie eine Beziehung
Excuse me
hatte.
for asking, but did you know Miss Adams?
Oh, she... not really, to tell the truth. No.
I found the Werther dedication, signed by your hand, monsieur. Would you like to change your version now?
Be careful, Triff. Don't push your luck. My relationship with Miss Adams was pure and has nothing to do with you. Well, continue playing the detective as you see fit. But if I find the bastard who did that to Elizabeth, I will...
Yes! I would have preferred a simple response, but I see I have my answer now. I get the impression that your romance was over. Am I right?
So? What does it matter to you? I would never have attacked her, if that's what you're insinuating.
Who put an end to the relationship? You or her?
It was her. It was her. But what does that matter? We both agreed.
Klingt ja nicht so danach,
You
ne?
loved her, didn't you?
That is none of your damn business.
Your feelings betray you, sir.
So what? Yes.
I loved her, like a moth loves the flame of a candle. That's why we could never be together.
Schade, dass wir das nicht haben. Das hätte ich gerne.
Exactly how long had you been seeing her?
I have no reason to answer you.
I see. Is that what you want me to tell Lord Mortimer when he asks what I found out?
It's only been a few weeks.
Nun gut. Dann können wir hier ja schon wieder gehen.
We finished. I'll have a look around and then take my leave.
Do whatever you have to do.
Ja, eigentlich haben wir jetzt... Moment mal. Habt ihr noch gerade eine Idee? Welches Wort war da drin eingraviert?
A table of alchemical symbols. Someone circled the zinc symbol.
Wollen wir
A
das mal
chest
probieren?
locked with a four-letter code. Surely a word close to the owner's heart.
Z? Ah. Uiuiuiui. Da war ich jetzt aber schlau, hä? Zink-Symbol eingekreist und Zink ist hier das Passwort gewesen. Nun gut. Haben wir ihn jetzt genug genervt? Schauen wir mal weiter. Oder unten. Hätten wir ja fast noch was übersehen hier. Wir hätten, glaube ich, gerade ein bisschen mehr übersehen. Gut, dass ich nochmal durchgeguckt habe. Nun gut, dann auf geht's.
Monsieur Johann van Wulner.
Haben wir durch. Da ist zu. Hier geht's zum Kumpel wieder nach oben. Jetzt fehlen eigentlich nur noch Bonaparte und der andere Typ.
What do you want from me, de Richet?
Greetings. It's fallen to me
Cut
that...
the crap! Get to the point. We both know why you're here.
And have you got anything to tell me?
What does it matter? It's too late anyway. Do what you have to do and get out.
It's never too late, sir. If you have something to say, now is the time.
You don't understand. Everything's already written. It's over.
Why is he behaving like the perfect culprit?
What is it that's already written? I'm not sure I follow you.
No, you don't.
Ach ja.
A pattern with four circles.
Das ist halt das, was mich auch
Cash.
wundert.
Nice decor for a revolutionary tribunal judge's room. Another painting on the massacre of the innocents?
Es wundert mich halt alles. Es ist halt einfach zu perfekt, was auf ihn hindeutet.
The Massacre of the Innocents, but by Van Harlem. I think that Mortimer likes to play mind games with his guests.
Warum ist das alles so perfekt? Okay, hier wird gerade nichts vorgelesen, dann lese ich mal vor. Ich weiß nicht, ob wir uns wiedersehen. Zum gegenwärtigen Zeitpunkt bin ich ein Gefangener meiner eigenen Entscheidungen. Du musst beschützt werden. Meine Zukunft ist ohne dich verloren. Du kannst nicht gerettet werden. Ganz gleich, wie verbittert du meinetwegen bist, du sollst wissen, dass ich mit dem Teufel, den ich zu bezwingen versuchte, einen Pakt geschlossen habe. Ich dachte, die Monster zu kennen, aber was ich für Frankreich getan habe, ist nichts verglichen mit dem, wozu sie in der Lage sind. Ich sehe keinen Ausweg, das Maul der Bestie schließt sich. Ich werde dich immer lieben. Was war denn das? Klang ja hübsch. Gut. Haben wir gelesen. Die Bücher geben mir nichts. Oh, da ist zu. Okay, hier ist nochmal die Tür. Da kommen wir gerade nicht raus. Da ist noch ein Kästchen. Das könnte ich wahrscheinlich wieder knacken. Kann ich aber nicht. Weil mir das nötige Talent dafür fehlt.
The Massacre of the Innocents by Rubens. A bit gloomy. Guess my room is not that bad.
Kranker Scheiß, die Bilder. Echt, tut mir leid. Aber ich kann nicht anders. Ach gut, das hat man gerade eben schon. Zur Tür kommen wir nicht hinaus. Kurz nach hinten mal blicken. Spähen. Warum steht das da direkt am Boden? Seltsam. Der Typ ist echt seltsam.
Dear friend, please come and join us. We must meet about the ongoing operations in Paris. A boat will be waiting for you in Calais and will take you to Dover in England. From there, a carriage will take you to the port of Tintagel, where a frigate will be waiting for you and other guests, so you can meet up with me on my island as quickly as possible. I await your arrival. Lord William Mortimer.
Wo war das gerade mit den 4 Kreisen? Oh, da oben ist noch ein Bernstein, da komme ich auch mal wieder nicht dran.
Records of the police. Notes intended for the police lieutenant of Paris.
It's a list of people under surveillance in Paris, and there's some well-known names on it. This is valuable information. This shouldn't be lying around.
Ich glaube, ich muss mit ihm jetzt reden.
All right. Have you finished?
Not quite. I'd like you to answer a few questions.
Ich möchte
Let's
das
get
jetzt
right
wissen.
to it. Are you Elizabeth Adams' murderer?
That is for you to prove, if I'm not mistaken, boy. You weren't expecting me to do all the legwork for you, were you? Lazy man.
I'd like to talk about the letter you're writing. What woman is it addressed to?
Who says it's a woman? I'm not saying any more. There's no point you insisting. All right. Have you finished?
Not quite. I'd like you to answer a few questions.
Na siehste, geht doch noch weiter.
I know you were at the scene. We will save a lot of time if you just tell me what happened.
You know nothing at all.
Enlighten me then. For now, I have your footprint in a pool of blood.
That's right. The only thing you can prove is one of my boots was at the scene. Congratulations. You've wrapped up the investigation.
A pattern with 4 circles.
Briefe.
Dear Monsieur Peru, I'm writing to thank you for the funds you sent. These funds will be crucial for the renovation of the western wing of the orphanage. The children you sent are doing marvelously well, and little Pierre will soon be walking. Some of them still sometimes suffer nightmares about their parents on the scaffold, but I expect they will cease in due course. Should you decide to send us more, please note that another 20 beds will soon be ready. The children and myself will never thank you enough. Long live the Republic. Long live France. Sister...
No space left. I'll retrieve it later.
Kurz gucken, von was haben wir denn so viele? Ach so. Komm, das benutzen wir gerade mal.
Dear Monsieur Peru...
No space left. I'll retrieve it later.
Oh, Erdsternchen. Moment. Müsste dann die 4 sein.
Dear Monsieur Pep, right. I've retrieved everything.
Nun gut, ich habe alles jetzt durchsucht, aber ich finde hier keines seiner Stiefel. Oh doch, da. Kann ich nicht einsehen. Mensch,
Dear friend,
gelesen.
All right. Have you finished?
Not quite. I'd like you to answer a few questions.
Nein, kann ich leider nicht.
Goodbye, sir. We shall meet again.
Probably.
Verflucht, was? Jetzt fehlt eigentlich nur noch Bonaparte. Gucken wir noch mal kurz bei Bonaparte rein.
Hannibal crossing the Alps. Another military success. Why do I get nothing but visions of horror in my room? And he gets victory after victory?
Okay, davon habe ich
The
zu viele.
Prince by Machiavelli. A perfect read for anyone with a surfeit of ambition. That might come in handy.
Aha, Bonaparte, ja gut, das wissen wir schon, dass er auf Politik Immunität hat.
The Battle of Alexander at Issus, or how Alexander the Great triumphed over King Darius. Yet another one with delusions of grandeur.
It's a beautiful weapon. Lovey damn, my dearest son. I'm writing to implore you to act quickly. The situation is rapidly worsening here. Paoli continues to steer our motherland, Corsica, toward open warfare between France and England. His men are everywhere. We are obliged to go into hiding and are unable to remain in the same place for more than 2 days. I wouldn't be surprised if they targeted us soon. Make haste, my son. You hold our destiny in your hands. Your loving mother.
Deswegen? Will er deswegen die 200 Kanonen haben, um seine Mutter zu schützen? Nee, das lassen wir mal.
French actor Talma is Nero in Britannicus, the last emperor of the Caesar dynasty.
Ja, der verrückte Kaiser Nero.
Fragment of amber. There's just one holster in Bonaparte's gear, and the pistol is missing. On the other hand, his cleaning equipment is in mint condition. That's typical of the soldier in him.
my dear Napoleon, as previously agreed, I would like to ask you to join us in January on my island to participate in the High Society meeting organized for the occasion. We shall be able to continue our discussion about our project for a new order for France. I have a proposition to make to you concerning your wish to put a strong leader at the head of France. I trust you to be discreet as to your coming. See you soon. Lord William Mortimer.
Der so, warum der alles so die
Vercingetorix throws down his arms at the feet of Julius Caesar by Royer, two great army chiefs.
Ach. Ich würde gerne mal in den Kopf dieses Mortimers hineinschauen. Ich hoffe, wir erfahren da noch ein bisschen mehr.
A bicorn decorated with a cockade. It must belong to a French soldier.
Ja, ich weiß auch wem. Okay, reden wir mit Napoleon.
Monsieur de Richet, please be quick. We are both very busy.
Did you hear about young Elizabeth?
Indeed, it is deeply regrettable.
Lord Mortimer asked me to...
I know. You no doubt want to know my alibi. I spent the night downstairs playing cards.
Can you tell me who was present at the game, please?
Well, there were Lord Mortimer, President Washington, and Sir Gregory.
Thank you.
Ah, and His Eminence Piaget as well. Excuse me, I nearly forgot him. Poor soul.
Did you notice anything unusual during the evening?
Nothing at all, except the luck of the devil of Lord Mortimer and Sir Gregory at cards.
Did they win much?
Oh la la, monsieur, they cleaned us out more like. But I plan on getting it all back before we leave.
Ja, das war's wohl mit deinem Geld für die Kanonen.
Did any of you leave during the game?
Not that I know of, monsieur. I didn't exactly spend my time noting the other guests' comings and goings, but I don't think so.
Thank you.
Und bis wann habt ihr denn gespielt?
What time did the game end?
I can't say exactly. As for me, I must have stayed until midnight. I was exhausted, couldn't think straight, so I preferred to go up to bed.
On your way up to bed, did you notice anything out of the ordinary?
No, not in the least. The whole manor was sound asleep.
Not really. No.
Okay, dann, das hatte ich glaube schon gefragt, oder?
Did you notice anything unusual during the evening?
Nothing at all, except the luck of the devil of Lord Mortimer and Sir Gregory at cards.
Did they win much?
Oh la
So,
la,
hatte ich schon
monsieur, they
gefragt.
cleaned us out more like. But I plan on getting it all back before we leave.
Okay, egal.
Someone saw you not far from the victim's room. Can you tell me what you were doing exactly, please?
I can tell you that someone is an idiot. I wanted to warn her to be careful. You see, on the night of my arrival, I saw someone leaving her room in haste, and I wanted to speak to her, to warn her. Unfortunately, the young lady slipped through my fingers each time. Now I know why. She had every reason to be worried. What an idiot I was not to insist. I could have helped her.
I've been studying him for a while now, and I don't think he was lying. Yet, I'm surprised how easy it was for me to read him. It must surely be his military side. I wish they all could be like that. My investigation would be finished already.
Okay.
Well, have we finished, monsieur?
Exactly. Thanks again for all your answers. Good day.
Das Spiel ist so seltsam. Ganz ehrlich, nach der ganzen Aktion jetzt habe ich persönlich keine Ahnung, wer der Mörder sein soll. Wir sind jetzt, glaube ich, durch. Müssten jetzt durch sein. Das ist... Ja, genau. Dann sind wir wieder bei Emily. Da sind wir jetzt einmal rundherum gegangen, haben jedes Zimmer durchsucht, haben mit allen geredet. Ich weiß nicht, wer es war. Und ich bin nicht ganz ehrlich, ich habe null Ahnung. Oh, fuck, die Zeit. Überlänge. Oh, scheiße. Oh, verdammt, es wären 2 Folgen schon fast geworden. Oh nein, okay. Ja, bevor wir jetzt das hier weiterführen, sage ich schon mal, vielen Dank, dass ihr mit dabei wart. Wenn es euch gefallen hat, diese Überlänge-Folge, dann, ja, lasst doch einen Daumen nach oben da. Es kann auch sein, dass ich die jetzt doch noch nachträglich in 2 Folgen splitte. Muss ich mal gucken. Muss ich echt mal gucken, wie ich das mache. Nun, ja, Daumen nach oben da lassen, hinterlasst ein Abo, falls ihr noch keine Abonnenten seid und teilt das Video gerne in den sozialen Netzwerken. Und dann sehen wir uns auch schon in der nächsten Folge. Macht's gut. Ciao.